It's a Christmas miracle, Chris.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Welcome back, everybody. After a week off, a very unceremoniously planned week off, which we don't take very often. We've only taken one break in the history of the show, and it took me getting admitted to the emergency room and then the ICU for 16 days for it to happen.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, we didn't put out a show last week, and it's just because we were both fucking sick as dogs.
Yeah, we were. This is as close to being dead this year as I've gotten.
Mine was just a really bad cold. 2 weeks ago on the show, I was talking about how I got a cold, so if I don't sound fully there, and it just it got better and then got way worse. And when I got up, we record on Monday, Monday mornings, later Monday morning to about lunchtime is our recording slot usually.
Yeah,
and I woke up Monday morning, I couldn't speak, it was
wow,
that bad. It was that bad.
Oof.
And so Tuesday, I was feeling a little better and probably could have maybe potentially done a show, but then you were like, no.
Yeah, it hit me hard that night before. Yeah.
I think on Monday you were like, you could have gotten through one if you had to, but then you were me on Tuesday.
Yeah, I remember sitting in my office 2 hours before I'm ready to go home, and all of a sudden I went, oh shit. I could feel the change in my body.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is gonna suck. Okay, well, nothing I can do. But it was one of those where it's like, I turned to my wife and I'm like, I would rather have a kidney stone right now than feel like this, because your brain's not there. I had no balance was not great. It just all over. I felt like somebody randomized all my settings, and I'm trying to figure out what to do. But the lethargy just in my brain was the worst. I just felt like I was reacting to things 10 minutes too late. Ugh. Hate that. Anyway, it's a tough thing for me to describe because I never put that much thought into it. But
nope, it's all good.
It's definitely one of those sick feelings where it's not just oh yeah, I got a cold. It's I have an existential crisis going on.
Yeah. And then the thing too is then you feel better, but you're so fucking tired from being sick for 3 days. That was because we were talking about trying to record at the end of the week, and I was just kind of you know what? Let's just fucking, it was already Thursday at that point, and the show usually comes out to the public on Thursday, and it was just kind of you know what, man? Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
And, now we're all operating closer to normal, I think.
Yeah. I'm about 70% today.
I'm about 80, 85, I'd say. I still got a little bit of a cold going on, but I do want to thank a number of our Patreon members. People actually reached out and were like, "You guys okay?"
Nice.
So
nice. No, we weren't.
Yeah, David, Donnie, and Ollie reached out, sent messages over on Patreon, guys. We really do appreciate it.
Nice.
It was not a life-threatening illness like I had a few years ago or anything like that, or a surgery or anything. It was just timing.
It knocks you out of commission. It's just that tough.
And it was bad timing. Normally we can work around it, and we do.
Yeah.
And over the years, we've hundreds of times have worked around one of us being sick.
Yep.
But it very rarely happens where we both get sick at the same time, and then schedules just don't match up.
Right.
But yeah, so thank you guys for reaching out. We appreciate it.
But
we're cool, and we're back at it. And again, our Patreon followers, we appreciate your support. Scott reached out to, obviously, Scott was actually sick last week too.
Oh,
so he was glad that he didn't have to record a new segment because he was I don't know how I would do it, and I'm just weird how that shit happens.
Yeah. Hey, I got to ask you a favor.
Yeah,
you want to do all your intro Patreon stuff while I run into the bathroom real quick? Because this is a surprise.
Do I want to? Yes.
Okay. I'll be right back.
I do. I haven't really actually talked a lot about the Patreon recently, but I do want to mention that patreon.com/outside the cinema. That is basically how we keep the show alive. The monthly income that we get from Patreon goes directly back into keeping the show on the air, pays to fix equipment, pays for our hosting fees, it pays for internet fees, anything we need related to the show, the software that we use at Riverside pays for that. Without the support there, at this point, we couldn't do the show without the support. So if you're a member already, thank you so much for being a member, because we truly, truly appreciate it. And if you listen to the show and you don't, that's cool too. Thank you for supporting the show, but consider joining the Patreon. We take any type of monthly donation. You can pay for it for a year up front. You get access to the show archives. We actually have a new Patreon member that I wanted to give a shout out to. Make sure I get the name right here. Snacks. Snacks has joined our Patreon. So I want to thank Snacks for becoming a member. Feel free to send us some film requests, and I will also email you out a link to the show archives. I'm actually going to be moving the show archives, I think, to Patreon at some point in the next couple of months. So it can all be in one place. I just got to figure out the best way to kind of like bulk move it over. And also not screw up the feed, because I know that you guys have a feed. If you're on Patreon, you can subscribe to the feed to get the shows early. So, but yeah, feel free, please, if you are a supporter of the show, friend of the show, $1, 50 cents, anything you would donate into the show, know that it goes right back into the show to keep us alive, pay for things when they break, and to host the show. So that would be very much appreciated. I also need to make sure that I plug my newest documentary, Don't Forget to Leave, about Tim Landers, who passed away a few years ago from a drug overdose. It is a bio documentary about him and his life and his music and his struggles. It's available exclusively to stream on Hoopla. Hoopla is a free service that is connected to your local library. So if you're in the US, Canada, or the UK, Hoopla is available to you. If you have it's available to you if you have a library that uses Hoopla. I know that they don't all use it. The majority of them do. I believe Canopy is another service that they use. But we're currently exclusively in a deal with Hoopla. So that's where you can get the film. Just go in there and search Don't Forget to Leave. It's done really well so far. Kyle and I are incredibly proud of it and the work that we did on it. So check it out. It will be available on other streaming sources later on, but the way streaming is going now, who knows who's going to have what apps. Apparently Netflix owns all of them at this point, except for the ones that are owned by Paramount, and Paramount wants the ones that Netflix is trying to get. So who knows? But Hoopla, we know, is free. All you have to have is a library card, and pending that your library has it. So that is that. I will give Chris's plug right here too before he returns. SpectopiaArts.com. You can follow them over on Instagram. Also, I know they've been rolling out a lot of cool things. Make sure you're following them on Instagram. The shirts, I'm willing to bet now you might not be able to get them before Christmas, but they'd be nice to use some of that Christmas money on. So all the cool little characters that they have there and stuff. Yeah. Cool. So, we've been doing our 2025 cram session. We lost a week last week, obviously. I'm just having a hard time focusing in on watching movies right now in general. I don't have an issue with trying to focus in and watch TV, like TV shows and stuff. Like I've been watching a lot of regular TV, but just like I'll use Eddington as example because I know that's the new Ari Aster and it's gotten really good reviews and I want to watch it, but I open it up and it says 2 hours and 30 minutes and I just don't have 2 hours and 30 minutes at this point that I want to give to Ari Aster. So, but we're trying to get through as much 2025 stuff as possible. Chris has returned. Thank you very much, sir.
I just got through some other 2025 stuff right there.
It happens, man.
I thought I was all set, ready to go, and then my gut said, hey, let's go hang out for 5 minutes. No, I'm busy.
Dude, I get it. I get it. As a guy who has had intestinal issues the last few years, I get it.
Yeah. I'm also trying not to wait if I'm doing something, because that's detrimental to my health too. And this one was very insistent that I go and say hi.
Fair.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what to say about that.
This week on the show, 2 2025 releases. We are doing Opus, which is an A24 flick directed by Mark Anthony Green, starring, I'm going to butcher her name and I'm going to feel bad about it, Ayo Edebiri, who is one of the... Pretty good?
Yeah.
She's one of the stars of The Bear, and this is her leading a psychological drama / thriller. It is an A24 flick that I don't really feel I heard much about
No, this feels like the filler A24 is not their top of the line horror or anything else. This is in between.
See now, and so this brings me to another issue. I just briefly had mentioned how Netflix essentially is trying to own everything, but this goes along with becoming bigger when you are an entity, a business, or however you want to look at it, and not necessarily. The thing with A24 when they first started was every single release that A24 put out was like a focused, like everything we put out is top notch, and that's not that I'm not saying that anything of this about this movie yet because it's gonna I think elicit a good conversation, but like everything it was like, oh shit, that's the new A24 movie,
right?
And now you put this on, and you're like, oh shit, this is an A24 movie.
Yeah, it's the stuff to pay the bills, pretty much. It's you make something a little more Blumhouse so you can make stuff a little more A24, right?
I guess. I don't even look at it that way. I look at it more of just like too big for their britches, and they're not putting the focus on everything that they used to. Just like, well, you know what? We'll use Netflix as an example. Do you remember when Netflix first rolled out their originals? It was Orange is the New Black. Crap, what was the other one? Either
shit.
It was the political one.
Oh yeah. House of Cards.
House of Cards. But so you remember when Netflix launched their originals? Every time Netflix released an original, it was like, oh shit, this is a Netflix original.
Yeah, we better check this out. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's top notch, best of. Like and now there's hundreds of Netflix originals that you've never even fucking heard of.
Yeah, and I've gone through being sick. I've had time to go through the menus, and there's not much that I'm interested in anymore on Netflix. I just, yeah, they had the Ultraman cartoon, which was awesome, but it's not enough to keep me interested.
Honestly, for me, it's just it's the documentary stuff is the only stuff that I care about, and it's not even all of it.
Yeah.
It's not even all of it.
But anyway, I mean, yeah.
So Opus is one of the features, and then we're going to look at Freaky Tales, which is a anthology of sorts. It's got Pedro Pascal in it and some other guys. It's going to be interesting to talk about too. But we're going to start with Opus. I think that's the best place to start. Here's a trailer.
There's a rumor flying around that Moretti's back. Like, Moretti?
After 30 years outside the public eye, pop icon Moretti returns for an exclusive listening experience.
He's bringing you a gift.
This is for Ariel Ecton.
It'll be an absolute honor to spend this weekend with you.
Thank you.
Yep, namaste. Everybody meet Ariel, some young blood from the magazine. This is Clara, the most hated sex symbol on TV.
Thank you. How's print media treating you?
Congratulations, and welcome to this once-in-a-lifetime gathering.
Moretti requires that everyone be shaven. So, how's the lady garden?
Mr. Moretti will be playing the greatest album of modern times. Future times, all the times, really. And there is more to come. So much more.
What is it that you guys do?
Would you like to see?
The crowd is upset. Upset that I'm not on stage.
Is this not alarming to you?
The back row's asleep. But the front row's ready to rage.
Are you sure you haven't been drinking with us?
Okay.
What the fuck is this?
All righty, Opus. Mark Anthony Green, written and directed by. He also did Trapeze USA. That's really, I mean, he hasn't actually worked on a lot of stuff, which is interesting. The only two things he's directed is this and Trapeze USA, which I don't actually know because it's a short.
Okay. Well, for a feature, I mean, it looks good.
Well, I mean, it's got that A24 aesthetic behind it. So, So you got Aya Abadari, who, as we said, is one of the main stars of The Bear. Which she is excellent in. John Malkovich, Juliette Lewis, Murray Bartlett, and Tony Hale are the names you're going to recognize. Names of faces you're going to recognize. This is a take on the cult film in terms of like actual like religious fanatical cults, where you have John Malkovich playing Alfred Moretti, who is the most renowned pop artist of his time. It's really kind of hard to akin him to anything modern day.
Yeah.
Maybe Taylor Swift.
I'm going to go with If Elvis Lived. Huh?
I don't even know if it's like...
Because he's older. He's like in his 70s.
He's supposed to be in his mid to late 70s.
Yeah.
But in terms of like a cult, like... I mean, Swifties are the only thing that I think is even... remotely close, and that's
music
not
doesn't
even close.
Music doesn't have that kind of behavior, not to the scale that this movie is showing.
Right? Yeah, there's definitely like people that are like super dedicated to specific artists, but it's not at this massive level.
Politics can create divides and fervor for people on this level, and clearly that's what they were trying to show us.
Yes. So Alfred Moretti,
I'm okay with that.
Is this notoriously recluse musician artist who cultivates these like magnum opus albums. Like when the album comes out, it's revered as, you know, the second coming of God or whatever. Like it's like holy shit, like Moretti's dropping an album. Like and it doesn't happen often. They talk about how it had been like 8 years or 10 years or something since his last record, and nobody had seen or heard from him.
Right.
And then he has Buster from Arrested Development, who's his publicist and manager, makes an announcement and how they're going to have a listening party. And
he's perfect for that role.
He really is.
Yeah.
He
really falls into stuff. I like him when he shows up.
I like him in the small doses. Like he's not a guy I want to be a lead. I want him to show up, give you the perfect part, and then disappear.
Yeah. No, his time as Buster Bluth is probably some of the best I've ever seen him on screen because his timing is impeccable.
Absolutely. So, so Ariel Ecton, who is Io's character, she is a writer at a Rolling Stone-esque magazine. Her what's the position? What was it? The head writer or
he's editor-in-chief, right?
Editor-in-chief, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Is Stan, that's Murray Bartlett's character. And she's struggling. She keeps coming up with all these really good ideas, but she wants to be her own writer. She doesn't want to be the idea person for other people.
Yeah.
So
this part is straight up like cliched newsroom type character.
Yes.
Like Devil Wears Prada, all of this.
Yes.
It's all that. Nobody listens to my great story ideas. We saw this with the fucking Channing Tatum rape movie.
Right. But the thing is, they do listen to her ideas. They love her ideas.
Yeah, they don't let her do them.
They just don't want her to do them. They give them to someone else. And there's this great scene when they're in the editing room and they're pitching ideas. And she's like, oh, you know, it'd be really good if blah, 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 blah. And Stan is like, yeah, that's great. All right, how about we have Eric work on that?
Yeah. Exactly.
We also see like these weird gift baskets that are delivered. So for some reason, Ariel and Stan both get invited to this ultra like secretive compound that Moretti lives at with his family and fans and like whatever, you know, his cult.
I think sycophants would be a good word.
Sycophants, but the whole thing is predicated on, I guess I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. So either way, so they invite a small number of people, the two of them. They also invite Juliette Lewis, who plays Clara, who is a aging like talk show sex symbol host. Bianca, who is a photographer who has worked with Moretti over the years, and then also a modern Stephanie Sugami plays Emily Katz, who is a modern content creator influencer. And then Bill Lotto, who is another famous music writer who is a little bit older and has been around since Moretti's like early parts of his career. Okay, so there's your cast of characters.
So it's wide enough of a group of people where you can look at that and go, hey, you shouldn't be mad at all of them. Because you know it's a fucking trap. It's an A24 movie. So, it's not giving anything away to know that this girl probably shouldn't go.
Right, but she's absolutely going to go.
Yeah.
Because it's an opportunity that you can't pass up if you're a journalist.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. If I was working somewhere and they said, hey, we got tickets for you to go see Elton John and any of the surviving Beatles, I'm not into it, but yeah, I would absolutely go.
Oh yeah, there's no question.
Yeah,
no question.
I would just want to talk to them as like people. That would be interesting to me. But like,
that's kind of what she does.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think it's Malkovich's character that I just he rubs me the wrong way,
and which is exactly what he's supposed to do.
Yeah. So, but if it was to go see that guy, I don't know if I would have gone.
But
I definitely would have left
really
earlier.
Knows
that's true.
That's
a good point. That's a good point.
It's such a mystery to everybody because there's like a couple points where they're like, "Oh, well, what's he like?" You know, and they're all like everyone kind of has a different thought in what he's actually like. So it's all about the mystery of it. So they arrive in this compound that's literally like in the middle of the desert. They say like 60 to 80 miles from like the nearest town or something like that.
Yeah, it might as well just be a desert island.
Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, like you would have to walk a full day in the desert. You'd die.
Well, that's what they said. You're going to have to walk 8 hours to get to the nearest town.
Yeah, he's there on purpose.
Oh yeah. Well, yes, obviously.
Yeah.
So they take the bus, which is like the fabled tour bus that he used to ride around in, and the guy that greets them is like ultra creepy, and like they get there and there's some hangers on like outside of the fences, the compound's fences that are like fans that just like hope to like catch a like sight of him or whatever.
Yeah, that part was 100% believable.
Oh,
I mean,
for sure.
You can see that anywhere. Like you could walk down the street from where I work to the garden, and like any day you have people doing that for sports or music or whatever. Yeah.
Just to catch a
I've done it. I've waited outside the back of a place and I met half of Faith No More, so that was all right.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah.
So
I don't do it often.
So they bring him. So they bring them in together on the bus, and they get onto the compound, and they are greeted. You know, everyone is very friendly, but there's all of these people, and they're immediately kind of just like, who are these? Like, what is kind of going on here? And that's when you start to learn that he's, you know, they're together like building a community. What did they call them? They were not Zionists. They were theorists. Is that what they called them?
Oh, yeah, it was something.
Levelists is what it was.
Levelists, right. Yep.
So they're building this community together based on these different levels. But what we come to find out is that Moretti, other than being like an aging wacko, also like kind of almost just brought these people in out of nowhere. Like just reached out to them, plucked them from their lives, and brought them to this commune compound cult place.
Yeah.
And of course, just like every other cult thing, they're like, oh, you know, people think we're a cult. We're not a cult. You know, every cult there's never been a cult that's like, yeah, we're a cult.
Maybe Manson.
No, I don't think so. That's just that was just their way of life.
We're a family. That's what it was. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
But there's never been a cult that's like, yeah, we're a cult.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to think of one, and like the best I got now is like Mary Elizabeth Winstead from Faults.
Again, that's a movie, Chris. That's not real life.
I know, but there's no example. Like that's really weird. Like there's cults everywhere.
Nobody's ever admitted to being one.
I was in the Star Wars one for a while. A long while. But it's not the same. Like, I don't want to steal children or anything.
So they're having meals. They're being like, they're given this very rigid schedule that they have to adhere by. They're watched all the time. Whereas Clara, not Clara. Well, Clara's the Juliette Lewis character, but Ariel goes to her room and she has a person assigned to her that literally just sits outside the door and makes sure that she doesn't leave.
Dressed like a straight up cult member with matching shirts.
Very
it's like denim shirts.
Yeah.
So, but you learn real fast with that girl sitting at the door who I thought was she played April Ludgate on Parks and Rec. Aubrey Plaza. Yeah. At first, I got the first quick glance. I'm like, oh, if that's her, that'd be hilarious. Her playing this straight. But no, it's just this angry looking woman. And she did a great job, I thought. I mean, she's supposed to have almost no personality. And she still came off as menacing, which not easy to do, I would imagine.
Yeah, so Ariel is obviously kind of off put. She goes to go out for a run the next morning. She gets her workout clothes and she goes off to run. And this lady follows her the whole time. She runs with her the whole time.
Yeah, but not in a friendly way. I'm watching you. I'm behind you, watching you.
And it's whenever she stops running, the girl stops running too, and then turns and looks the other way, she's not there, which is
ridiculous. Yeah, when you hold a treat up and you say to your dog, "Wait," and they look away. Exact same behavior.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it. I'm definitely getting that thing, but I'm gonna pretend I'm not right now.
Yeah.
It was a eerie feeling.
Yeah. So she then runs across Moretti and kind of sits down and has a chat with him, and he kind of talks about the levelist theories and what they're doing, and she's kind of but what's the purpose or whatever? And he's like, oh, do you want me to show you? And so they go to this yurt that's in the middle of the desert, and literally there's just a guy in there shucking oysters looking for pearls.
The opposite of what you would expect in the middle of a desert.
Exactly.
Oysters.
Right. Bizarre.
You know what, though? I really love how it made sense at the end, though.
Yeah, and we don't want to give that away because there is a twist.
But this is not a throwaway thing. This is an actual part. And I did like how obviously some characters are going to be running around trying to hide, and we revisit that place because they know of it. And I thought that was really good because you don't want to do this one thing, and then at the end you see, oh, well, that meant more. But wait, what were they doing in there again? No, so they go in and they're showing the hands with the cuts all the time from the shucking knives. And I thought they did a really good job of keeping that in the back of your head as your foremost subconscious thought in a way. Because a lot of times you could just forget about Chekhov's shucking hunt and you don't do anything with it. But that was built in really well. And I appreciate well-built story.
Yeah, this is I think it's a pretty well-written film. Overall. So she's just questioning everything, and they have this listening party, and then one of the guys has disappeared, and we know that something bad has happened to him because we see it. They show us that to be okay, yeah, there is something really going on here. They don't make you question. They make you question everything, but not oh, is she crazy? Right, is there really nothing going on? No, there's something going on.
Right, because people are going there and they're looking for problems. They're looking for weird stuff to talk about to bring back. So they know. Moretti's people know. This has been what I'm gonna guess 30 years in the planning.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's the other thing is that previously in his career, this isn't something that's happened before. There hasn't this is a new thing. So they go to a listening party, and then one of the girls gets sick at the listening party, and then we don't see her again for a while, and then everything just starts to get weird. And I don't want to give away kind of the little ins and outs here, because it is like I said, a pretty well written film with some changes in some things. Is it a perfect film? Definitely not, but there are some different things, and I don't really feel we can go too much deeper in without giving too much away.
That's true,
but I think overall, this film is very much Midsummer or Get Out, or like it's got like the story of the like with the cult and the ulterior motives and like different like not sacrifices but like different like plans for like celebrations and the thing that I enjoyed the most about this film was when Juliette Lewis is there and she's kind of doing her thing, and she keeps talking about how the wig that they had her put on is too tight. And that comes back to play later in the film too, which I thought was just like a little thing that they then worked with. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Also excited to know that I did a little bit of research on Juliette Lewis, and she's no longer a Scientologist, which is great.
Oh, good.
And hasn't been actually for a while.
Nice.
She was always one of the Scientologists that bummed me out because I always really liked Juliette Lewis because nobody plays crazy better than her.
Well, plays. I'm doing air quotes for anybody not.
Yes.
No, she really does Unhinged well, but Scientology that's a lot of peer pressure to start with, isn't it?
She was
a lot
born
of peer pressure
from
from
her family. Like she was born into it. Yeah, she wasn't like an actress that joined up later on because Tom Cruise told her to or something. She was born into it, and she came out against it. I wanted to say I looked. I was like almost 10 years ago now. At this point,
Cruise and Travolta were the two biggest gets. They wouldn't be where they were if it wasn't for them.
Oh no, for sure. But anyway, getting back to that. So, my issues with this film come in that I think it sets up a nice world. It's got a lot going on. It's well written. I just don't think the landing sticks very well.
Yeah, it did a lot of interesting things, but then nothing too original at the end.
Yeah, the end of it, just like I felt like what they were trying to lead you to. I mean, it's kind of it's a bit of a twist, but it kind of gets to where you think it's going to get to.
Yeah.
Which I felt was a little bit of a letdown because I did think it was pretty well written. It's obviously shot incredibly well, looks great. The desert and the like costuming and everything, the way it's laid out all works. I think I just wanted something more from it at the end.
Instead of the normal thing that happens in real life.
Yeah.
But I mean, how else? I try to think about that, and I'm like, oh, that wasn't so great. That could have been. And then I'm like, well, what would I have done different? I don't know. Like, there's some stories. It's like it's just that's how that one has to. I'm not saying that about this one because I didn't give it a whole lot of thought because I had to go watch Freaky Tales right after. So, but yeah, the ending can be. That's everybody's biggest complaint, isn't it? How stuff ends, how it all wraps up.
Yeah, I mean, and I thought the acting was excellent. I thought Malkovich was like great in that role of the like aging pop superstar that is so eccentric, but it's all just normal to him. Like everything he does, however he acts. He knows that he's the center of everyone's universe. Like. I thought it worked great. I thought she was awesome. I thought Aya was really good. Juliette Lewis, I thought, was excellent in her role. Stan Sullivan's character, Murray Bartlett, as the editor-in-chief of the magazine, I thought his, kind of slimy, but like still just doing his job, and that's just the way he's done it. So it's like,
oh yeah, he's just a selfish, self-serving piece of shit who puts on a good front for everybody to make it look like he's being equal. Yeah. Nothing too original there. That's an editor-in-chief. They're always portrayed as kind of cutthroat and dickish, and depending on the people that do the best work. Huh. Imagine that.
Sorry. All right, let's grade. All right, Chris, do you recommend and what is your grade for Opus?
All right. Now, if the world was different, I might have liked this more, but we've seen cults in action to this day. On today even, and this is so just not dangerous to the rest of the world. Like it's like, here's some songs, hey you guys that I know, come here, all right, here's another song, people. And then like that was nothing because I remembered halfway through, I'm like, I can't give anything away. But yeah, the cult. This really did remind me a lot of Don't Blink or Blink Twice. Blink Twice, right?
Yes,
because it was Blink Twice if you're in trouble. This is better than that, but it falls into the same cliched story about a person in charge that nobody will stand up to and say no to. They're obviously telling a different story here than about Adele's 80-year-old doppelganger. Just be brave and tell the story you want to tell. But that's not what I got. What I got was this. And I hate cults. So
I'm fascinated by them, but I hate
them. I am too. And I feel really bad for the normal people that get pulled in and that believe the shit and then they don't want to leave because that's their whole life. And what are they going to do? Everything they knew was a lie, so I'll stay with the comforting lie. I don't like those people. I personally cannot live like that. I have to know what's going on. Like I'm compiling a list of shit I need to not pay anymore, like Spotify, because fuck them. So this is like a kiddie hour fucking cult. They're of no concern to anybody. And I would have, I think, reacted differently to this movie 10 years ago. Like I did with The Endless. That's a great cult.
Yeah.
But you know what? If it truly is this person's first feature-length movie and you got Malkovich and Lewis, good for you. Like, you made a movie that looked really nice. You had great settings. You had some weird ideas. They didn't go weird enough for outside the cinema because we've seen weird. But
a couple times.
Yeah. But yeah, Borgman was a scarier cult. This was, and it's not even because it was out in the sun, you know. It's just I didn't believe that Malkovich wanted to hurt certain people, if he wanted to hurt anybody at all or any of the people around him. I don't know what I'm getting at, but I think my favorite part is when the scary second in charge guy slipped a little out of his disguise, his mental disguise, and started like talking for real. And his voice was different. You remember that?
I do, yeah.
That was interesting. Because it almost shows like, yeah, there's a point he'll get to where even I'm not comfortable with it. And that didn't pay off, but I don't know. What was I doing? What's my
supposed to be grading and whether you recommend it.
Oh, I am grading.
You haven't done either.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to figure it out. That's what I do at the end of these reviews, because I come into it with one thing in mind, and then I talk about it. I'm like, yeah, there was more to it than I thought every fucking time. I'm going to go with a B- because it looks really nice. It's got people in it that I love, and I really thought it'd be funny to watch this halfway through as like, oh, okay, so this is one of the ancestors of the character John Malkovich played in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and I could see the direct trajectory from, what's this dude's name?
Moretti,
right, to Hamakavula, leading his own other cult. So him being in a cult was not a surprise. So B-, and yeah, I'll recommend it, but it's a little slow and it's sort of a mystery. Not really. But I think it's, you know, why are they there and what is going to happen to them? That's the driving plot of the movie. The mystery.
Okay.
So I don't know. I was trying to, I don't know.
So
what do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to recommend it also. Most of it is very good. The acting is excellent. It looks great. Music is really good. Classic Malkovich here. Like it's all very solid. My issue comes with the ending and how, like, when you kind of look at the ending, and I'm going to do my best to not give it away, like how you kind of look at it and you're like, oh, that's what this was about. Oh, that's not really not hitting the way I wanted it to.
Yeah.
But it doesn't ruin it though. So
true.
I'm going to give it I'm gonna give it a B- also, borderline B. I think it's the acting is really really good. The writing for the most part, except for the ending, I think is excellent. It's shot really well. Looks great.
Question for you.
Yeah.
When you say ending, do you mean the ending of events at his compound or right before the credits?
Right before the credits.
Okay, because there's a reveal around there where I'm like, okay, I can get down with that.
Kind of both. It's really, for me, it's the ending, the outcome. I want to say again. I'm trying so hard here.
Yeah. You can tell me later. That's fine.
Yeah, when characters revisit each other and you kind of realize, oh,
okay,
that's what this is about.
Some characters were smarter than others.
Yeah, but like
that's
reasoning,
right. The woman that followed Ariel, that was her name, Io's character. That was Amber Midthunder, who I will champion anytime I can see. She was the lead in Prey.
Oh, okay.
She killed a predator, so she had some mental baggage with me going in. Like, yeah, she's gonna fuck somebody up. I like her. I want to see her in more stuff. She's good.
All right.
I just had to make a mention of her because I'd like to see her get a lot bigger.
All right, yeah. So yeah, B- and a recommend from both of us.
Yeah.
All righty, let's move on to Freaky Tale, starring Pedro Pascal, Ben Mendelsohn, and Jay Ellis, among others. Here is a trailer.
The underdog believes he can do the impossible. Defeat the bully, sell enough mixtapes to get out of the hood. I can say with certainty, this underdog has seen his last day.
Yo, wait, hold up. We gotta take it from the top.
We got one more job for you. Sleepy Floyd, Warriors point guard. His house is gonna be empty on game night.
Yesterday was the last job. I did it. I'm done.
You're done when we say you're done.
What happened next has been debated over the years. But this is the tale as I know it to be.
I found it! Hi, I'm Sleepy Floyd. Floyd's out there slicing people up with a sword.
Can you repeat that?
Wasn't every day a story like this hit the town. But for those who lived through it, it became the stuff of legends.
What happened here? You have no idea.
All right, Freaky Tales, directed by Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck. It is a intertwined.
It's Southbound.
Yeah, because it's not. I mean, it is a. Why am I forgetting the word?
Anthology. It's an anthology,
but it's a continuously moving one.
Yeah, it's one of those where the wraparound is like the front and the end, but every story connects to each other as it goes.
Yep,
which
characters
I love.
From
that
each show up in the others.
Yep, it feels like there was just so much more effort put into something like that, writing wise.
Oh, agree.
For it to really work.
Yeah. So, Anna Boden's probably best known as she directed Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of her probably best known. She also worked on Room 104, a lot of HBO stuff, Billions, Big C. So she's very
a lot of experience. That's good.
Yes, very well. And so you have Pedro Pascal as Clint. You have Ben Mendelsohn as the guy. You have Jay Ellis as Sleepy Floyd. In a brilliant fucking move, you have Too Short, legendary hip hop artist, as the voiceover. And he also shows up as a background actor in it, but he does the voiceover for the whole thing.
Yeah. Good voice for it. I liked it.
Yeah, Too Short's the man. Like that record, Cocktails, is a fucking all-time classic. But so what this is essentially, it's a love letter about the people, the music, and the times of 1987 Oakland. all
very
intertwined.
specifically. Yeah.
Yeah, like downtown Oakland.
Yeah, like these are the years I grew up here.
One problem, though, that I noticed because it's something that I pay so much attention to.
It's Vancouver.
Well, yeah, that too. What I was gonna say is it's kind of going back to what something you were talking about last week, where if you're gonna set a film in a time period, the opening story takes place at a legendary punk club, Gilman, and in the first part of it, the band Operation Ivy is playing live, playing a song that wasn't released until 1989 in a club in 1987.
Yeah.
I checked everything else. The Negative Approach song, the Black Flag song, all those were early 80s. And I totally, completely understand including Operation Ivy in this.
Yeah.
Because they were a big part of that Gilman Bay Area punk, hardcore ska. Like they were a huge part of it. And I'm not Tim Armstrong. I can't tell you when they wrote that song, but I know
they could have been performing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that it wasn't released until actually I think 1990s actually when it was finally released.
And what's the title of it again? The track, do you remember? It's the one everybody knows, right?
Was it Take Warning?
Ah, shit. Now I don't know.
Knowledge? Maybe it was Knowledge. All I know is that I don't know nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be Knowledge, right?
Yes.
Okay. God damn it, I hope we're right.
We watched these movies like 3 weeks ago at this point.
Yeah. That's true.
Anyway, so you have the group of punk kids. Everything starts with everyone leaving the movie theater. The group of punk kids, that are trying to survive. They're just doing their thing. One guy's got a crush on the Korean girl whose family is old school Korean, and he's punk rocker. They go to Gilman, but the big story here is that there's a group of skinheads, neo-Nazi skinheads, that basically come in and fucking trash the place every time. And that was a big thing with Gilman, was they were like, fight the Nazis, fight, the racism. Everyone's included here. Like, it was a big part of that scene.
Let me ask you this, because I don't know much about that place at all. The one thing that pissed me off about this, like really pissed me off, and I don't know how historically accurate it is, because I wasn't sure how accurate the film was going, because it feels a little surreal, not like, grounded. If 6 skinheads walked into CBGB, they wouldn't walk out. They'd get carried out, wouldn't they? They wouldn't stand there and let them get the shit kicked out of them.
Maybe. I think you're right, but you're also wrong.
Okay, because I wasn't part of that scene, because I
wasn't
14.
Really
so
and the Boston scene was so different.
That's true. I shouldn't have used that as an example. But I can't imagine anybody going into anybody's place, beating somebody up, and then being like, "Don't come after us," and then they don't. Like, no, we're gonna lock the doors, and you're gonna be identified by impartial dental records.
Which is what ends up happening.
Yeah, but the second time.
Yeah.
I mean,
who's to say they weren't taken by surprise the first time? They weren't prepared for it.
Yeah, but it's hinted that this has happened multiple times. Like, that's their Thursday, the skinheads, is to go beat up some punks.
I mean, if they came in the first time and they just got beat up and ran out the first time, you wouldn't have the movie. So
I know. It just
I get what you're saying, but I think you have to, like, it takes.
Oh no! After they're like, no, fuck this, give me my bat. Then I was.
Well, they also say this is supposed to be a non-violent place, so us responding with violence is not the right thing.
And that's a weak hippie response.
That point of being pushed over. No, you're not wrong, but like their whole thing is like, this is non-violent. That's why we're here. That's why we made this place. If we stoop to their level, but they get pushed to the point where they like, okay, well now we have to do something.
Yeah. Not that I'm talking about the movie anymore, but I think when you say, oh, if we get violent, we're just as bad as them. Who gives a shit? All right? They're Nazis out in the real world. Yeah, we can be as bad as them. And then when they're fucking gone, guess what? We won't be as bad as them. but they're starting to meet violence with violence out there. ICE is coming in and stealing people off the streets, and the Chicago gangs are organizing and firing back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think if we didn't have real world shit going on like this, like I don't want to live behind the scenes of fucking Green Room every day, you know?
Yeah.
Can we just, so I'm a little on edge about this shit.
And this is 87 is a different world too. It
is. You could just be a skinhead with white laces in your boots, no problem.
Right. And as long as you were just doing your thing, no one bothered you. Like, nah, but anyway, whatever. So that's the whole big thing with this is them taking out the skinhead gang that's coming into their space. But the whole underlying thing of this is there's this weird green glow over the city that has caused these different things to happen, like give people like powers and like just it's kind of this just like innocuous thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it felt like a nod to Repo Man in a way.
Yeah, okay.
Like there's this weird thing, but we still got shit to do, so let's go.
Yeah. Second story, we have the two girls that do the hip hop group. Interestingly enough, it's Normani, who is one of the members of Fifth Harmony and was also like really destined to like she was supposed to have like a big career. Like there was supposed to be like a solo record for her and like just kind of like never really materialized the way people thought it would. And then also she's with hang on, let me get her name, make sure I get it right here. This movie has a fucking huge cast.
It definitely does, yeah.
92 people listed on IMDb.
Wow. I wouldn't expect it from a movie that's this size, I guess.
Dominique Thorne plays her co.
Yeah, they were all right, I thought. I wouldn't have guessed that one was a musician and not originally an actor.
Yeah, and she's Riri from Black Panther, so
oh shit. You ever have that moment where you're like, I didn't realize that, and it's like live on a show?
Yeah.
That was me just now.
Just happened. So the two of them are a hip hop duo. They're coming out of the movie theater, and the whole thing is everyone they just watched it was the Lost Boys they just watched.
Yeah.
And everyone comes out with their like, oh, what'd you think? And like they talk about the Lost Boys for like 30 seconds and then move into whatever the story is.
They all have the same response I did watching it the first time.
Yep.
What the fuck, Grandpa?
Yeah.
That's it. That's
So
like
this dude comes up to the two of them and is basically like, hey, I saw you guys perform at open mic. Danger Zone was the name of their hip hop group.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, listen, he's like, my name's so-and-so. I work for Too Short. He's doing a show. He's trying to do this new thing in the show where he brings in other rappers to battle on stage. I think you guys would be really good for it. So they get this opportunity to go and perform with Too Short, who is obviously a very famous hip hop icon of Oakland. And so it's a little bit about their story. They work at this ice cream place, and one of the cops comes in and sexually harasses one of the girls because that's what happened in 1987 Oakland. Apparently,
Mendelsohn can be such a slimy piece of shit. Like he always comes off to me as like he could be the smartest guy in the room or the most cunning, but when he acts like that and is a total fucking garbage piece of shit on top of it, he creates this sliminess on his character that like you can't scrub off, and it's like a greasy seaweed. Yeah. He's really good at playing pieces of shit.
Yeah, Mendelssohn's he's really good. Really good.
I hate it.
So that sets the scene, and a lot of it is the two of them being unsure of themselves and also questioning this opportunity, whether it's legit. So they go to the show, they get ready, they get some kind of sexism from some of the people in the back, and it's kind of like awkward. And one of the girls is like, they're setting us up.
Yeah, because even from the door, they had a hard time getting in.
Yeah.
But the door guy, that seemed pretty realistic. Like, yeah, right. You're performing. Get the fuck. Oh, have a nice night, ladies. Good to see you. Because like they're not lying to him, so he doesn't have to be defensive. It was a nice, small little personality shift that like leads the audience to believe, okay, excuse me, they really are there to perform tonight. They're not getting set up, and it plays with you a little bit. I like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got some burps. Excuse me.
That's okay. So she's worried about them embarrassing her. But they go on stage. She talks her in. They go on stage, and it is kind of a setup. And Too Short, obviously, 1987. I mean, hip hop from that time period was incredibly sexist. Incredibly demeaning. Incredibly just putting women down. It was part of the sound. It was part of the time. You know, obviously, there's still hip hop like that now, but it's not. It's not top 20 platinum record stuff like it was then. But so they have this rap battle, and these girls hold their own, and they make him look bad, and it's that classic, whether it's a sports movie or whatever, of earning the respect of the elder or earning the respect of the successful artist, however you want to look at it.
That is a really, for me, a super fast way. Like someone shows up and they're better than you, and you turn to them and go, "Okay, good job."
Yeah.
That's a solid person. And I was really concerned because of all the other stupid sexist bullshit going on, right? I'm like, they're going to get destroyed. This is going to be awful. But there was, like, when you watch, I watch Jimmy Carr do roast battles, and they're friends. They're all friends with each other, but they know the nastiest shit, and they make it funny, and nobody has any hard feelings. And I was glad that's how this came out. Because they seemed perfectly nice. And like in this kind of movie, you don't always have to have everybody getting in some kind of trouble.
So, but then the green glow comes into play again when they kind of start really rocking their rhymes, and you get the green glow, and it's all about like, is this thing there? It's helping them, or kind of like what it is.
Yeah, it's a weird, almost Night of the Comet kind of feel to it. Like it's happened. There's good, but I say kind of because everybody's still alive.
Right.
That didn't happen in the other movie, though. But yeah, the glow is never fully explained, is it? Or did I miss that?
Not really, no.
Okay. All right. I sort of like it that way because it's like that magical nostalgia you have when you didn't really understand the world as much as you think you did, and stuff can still be magic. I like that idea.
Yeah. So then we move on to the next story, which is the Pedro Pascal story. He is with his girlfriend, and she is pregnant, and he goes into a video store, and Tom Hanks is the guy behind the counter of the video store, which I thought was a nice little touch. And
and what was his name?
Oh shit.
You already said it. Hank. Tom Hanks was named Hank.
Tom Hanks.
Perfect.
Yes, you're right.
Perfect.
You're right. I forgot about that.
That's the one name I remember from the whole thing.
It's fair. But Pedro's just looking for a movie. He's looking for a movie for him and the lady. And Hank starts basically being like, "Oh, what are your top 5 underdog stories?" Like the guy from the video store back in the day.
Yeah, pretty much exactly that. Except a lot older than you would expect. They were usually younger, weren't they?
No, not necessarily.
That's I don't know. I was younger, so everything was younger.
You were younger, but we also worked at Blockbuster. It wasn't like going into the like mom and pop video store.
Well, that's true.
So anyway,
yeah,
we do find out that there is a back room at this place, not just for pornos anymore. And we learn that Pedro Pascal's character is essentially, he's a guy that roughs people up for money. People owe the guy money, and Pedro Pascal is going to show up, and he's going to break your legs, break your wrists, whatever he needs to do to get the money back. But we learn, just like all of them, he's getting too old for this shit. This is his last job, and he's on his way out.
Yeah, we walk right into that cliche.
Yep, but it works because in an anthology flick like this, nothing has to hang around too long.
No, it's a short character arc kind of thing for a person like that. So, yeah, this is the perfect venue for it.
Yeah. So as he's leaving, And like, which is just fucking great. Like, there's another kid working at the counter at the video store, and Pedro Pascal comes out and he's like, "Yeah, where's the other guy?" He's like, "What other guy? What are you talking about?"
I did
And
like
he's
that.
like, "The other guy that was here, he was telling me about underdog movies." And he like told the kid totally plays it like, "I don't know what, I'm the only one that works here." And then he's like, "Oh no, I was kidding, man. That's Hank." It was great. It was great.
That was really good. That was because it was like so cliched. Like, oh yeah, I expected that.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
good for you. All right, because they're bored. They're having fun. I
Yeah.
get it.
So he leaves. He gets back in the car with his pregnant girlfriend, and a guy shows up with a gun. Who we've seen the guy scoping him out. We learned that Pedro Pascal murdered this kid's dad when he was younger, and now this kid's back to pay it back. Things go wrong. The girlfriend gets shot. The kid gets shot, and then Pedro Pascal tears out of there to try to get to the hospital. And we learn that the girlfriend didn't make it. And he goes to do the payment or receive payment for the final job or whatever. And of course, they go into a diner, and we have some of the characters that we saw from the earlier episodes in there.
Yep.
And of course, it's the same old like, "Oh, this envelope's a little light. Oh, well, we need you to do one more job for us."
Yep. And the cliche there, that's fine. Obviously, that's what was going to happen. We all knew.
Yeah.
So,
but he's like, "No, I'm not doing it." He's like, "Listen, I lost the only person in the world that matters to me now, so I got nothing to live for. I don't fucking care."
Ring, ring on the telephone.
Ring, ring on the telephone.
Then he gets the bad good news,
which is
his daughter is alive.
Yep. Now he's got something to live for.
Now he's got something that can be held over his head.
Yeah.
Goddamn bad guys.
So now he needs to solve the issues and fix everything. We learn some other things that are intertwined from characters that we see earlier on that have now reappeared, and everything starts to kind of pull itself together without giving it away. But the final piece in this, throughout the entire thing, this is taking place in 1987, where the Golden State Warriors are playing the LA Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.
Okay.
Yep. Real storyline.
Yeah.
And the character of Sleepy Floyd, who played for the Warriors, is a real player. He did score 51 points, hitting, I think, 8 or 9 consecutive shots in the fourth quarter of that game. That is a true story. The actual Sleepy Floyd actually plays a character in this. He's a background actor. He shows up. But there's this criminal underbelly enterprise that we've been seeing throughout. They know he's going to be, and you heard in the trailer, he's going to be at the game. So let's go fucking break into his house. We've heard that he has a big safe that he's got a bunch of money in. Things go wrong. Sleepy Floyd's mother and sister and stuff leave the game because they're not feeling well, and they walk in on the robbery and are killed.
Yep.
Oops. And Sleepy Floyd returns home to find that his girlfriend and his mother are dead, and he gets a call from someone who will remain nameless because it's a good connection. Who's basically like, "Listen, I know who broke into your house, and I know who killed your family. Do with what you want with this information. But just so you know, this is who, and this is what happened."
Yep.
And at this point, we know that they've talked about how Sleepy Floyd, like, he has a collection of martial arts, like memorabilia and all these things.
Yeah, it was like what rare weapons.
It was rare martial arts weapons. He was also like a karate master.
That's right. Yeah.
But also, we haven't mentioned it yet, but there's this underlying story of him working at this place called Cytopia, which is helping people harness.
That's right.
Their powers.
God damn it.
Their mental acumen and like all of these different things. And he's a guy that's like leading these classes of helping people see their biggest potential, which now ties in the green glow and all of these other people when they're pushed to the brink, what they need to do to overcome these odds. And we learn that Sleepy Floyd is one of the guys that's helping, put this together and work on it. So he, now that he knows what's happened to his family, knows who did it, arms himself up, goes to the house, and just fuck everybody.
Yeah. Yeah,
and it's
he
fucking
walks
awesome.
in with no fear. He just goes in sleepy.
Yep. And there's a great line, and the actor that spouts it off is the guy that was in Euphoria, Angus Cloud, who passed away, 2 years ago now, I think he passed away. He comes in and he's like, "Hey, boss, we got a problem." And he's like, "What do you mean we got a problem?" He's like, "Sleepy Floyd is here, and he's carving everybody up."
Yeah.
And the guy goes, "What are you talking? What?"
Yeah, that was the part in the trailer, right, where the guy goes, "Can you repeat that?"
Yeah.
That's so much funnier than just what? It really shows a level of, I heard what you said, but it makes no sense at all. Please repeat yourself, sir. And the whole movie just kind of stops when his brain freezes up for like a couple of seconds. That was really funny.
Yeah,
I like that.
So Jay Ellis plays Sleepy Floyd, and he's also a basketball player. I don't know. I know he went where he played in college. I don't think he went pro. Let me just double check here. Concordia University in Portland, where he played basketball. Yeah, so he became an actor after college, but he was a basketball player in college. He was in Masters of Sex, Grace and Frankie, How I Met Your Mother, Grey's Anatomy, and a bunch of other stuff. But he plays Sleepy Floyd, and he's incredible in the role. Like, it's just like,
I did like him. I had no interest in the whole character, and then I'm like, all right, no, I can get behind this.
But that was, I think, the thing. You were supposed to not have, like, it was supposed to be this unassuming, like, guy playing basketball. Like, you obviously, he's a professional basketball player, so you know that he's a, super talented, super athletic, but he's also just like in the interview segment after the game where, you scored 51 points, oh yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
We played good.
Yeah, he just wants to play. He just don't want to talk about it. I get it.
But and so I mean, it all kind of comes together in the way you want it to come together, and you're not given a lot of answers in exactly what's going on, but the Cytopia thing, and they do this commercial at the end where a lot of the people that have been in the movie up to that point are with Sleepy Floyd, and he's talking about, come to my Sleepy Floyd's Open Your Mind seminar or whatever, and it's all very fun, and this is a really kind of nice little homage to like 80s filmmaking, 1987 Oakland in particular. The nods for all the right stuff is there. You got the punk rock stuff, you got the hip hop stuff, you got the Golden State Warriors in the conference finals, and you got the crime stuff that's all woven in.
Yeah.
It's all part of it. Nothing goes too deep here because it's an anthology, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's
all right. Let's grade it.
Yeah.
Chris, do you recommend, and what is your grade for Freaky Tales?
I'm going to give this a closer to the middle of the road recommend, because I really didn't like much of this when I was first watching it, but the point of the whole thing, you got to watch the whole thing before you make up your mind, because how it all plays together, and it's one story with just multiple main characters.
Yeah.
So you
it's
have
22 short stories about Springfield.
Yeah. And honestly, I liked it a lot more talking about it now, getting everything like in order, out of order, back, in place. And that's, I definitely, you need a little time, but you'll like it. It's like a less serious. I saw the TV Glow or any of those the throwback stuff. It's got a different feel because it's a different part of the country from what you normally see, and it's a different cultures are being shown, so it's gonna feel the same but different. I don't know. It was interesting. I didn't feel out of place watching it, except when Ben Mendelsohn was on screen, because that guy, fucking hell. They should put him and that other scary ass fucking dude, Michael Shannon, in a movie where they just try to scare the shit out of each other.
No, I don't want that.
Those two fantastic actors. But I'll recommend it. I'm gonna give it a B. I'm not thrilled with it, but there is a lot of low light level scenes, and the use of color for lighting and just like set dressing just for atmosphere, just all of it felt like it had the right haze on it in my head. Like the lights were glowing the right color yellow for it to feel like this time of year and all that. There's a lot of attention put into the emotional impact of it. And I get that from some stuff, but for a lot of movies, like it's set dressing only. It's not an environment for the characters. And it really did feel like all of these different stories could all fit and cross over in that same world. So, and all I kept thinking was, this is my favorite kind of anthology movie. I love the Southbound. Like you could watch that in a loop and it would be a completely looping film that never ends.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what this was. And I like that. I don't have a problem with like more American Graffiti unless it's not telling me something or doing anything like more American Graffiti. It's just a bunch of dickheads complaining about shit. Here, it's a bunch of people trying to survive. That really is the overall message. Find your people and help each other out, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can't shit on that, but low level lighting is a huge thing for me. I need to be able to see what I'm watching. And
I mean, good low light stuff is not easy to do. Like,
yeah. You know what?
So that you're not like too bright or too low. Like it's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah. I watched for, I don't know what reason, I watched Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 days ago. And there's some scenes out in the woods at night and it feels like how it used to be, like when you're sledding and the street lights are on and they're all shining from the one direction. It was well lit, but you knew it was nighttime.
Right. And
for Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 to have really good outdoor, they were outdoors too. That's like, if that movie can do it 30, 40 years ago, you can do it with computers telling you where to put your lights. That's it. And they did that here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if they use computers, probably somebody just really talented with lighting.
You get a good lighting. You get a good lighting.
Yeah. But that's a huge thing. Like I haven't had obviously the picture and the audio is going to be great. But lighting is really where these things can fall down when it's new filmmakers, for instance.
Trust me, I know.
But I didn't get that in this one. Yeah, we all saw Oasis of the Zombies. But yeah, so I don't know, B- on this one.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't have a reason for that.
That's fair.
So
that's fair. B- is not a bad grade by any
means. It's not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was expecting.
Yeah.
I watched the trailer, but I didn't either. Right,
I was expecting a comedy after that. Not a straight up comedy, but like a dark comedy.
Yeah, and it kind of was.
Yeah.
Kind of was.
Yeah, but Pedro Pascal like can really emote, so he brings this realness to it that like totally ruined the theatrical comedy that was going on.
It's true. So for me, I'm gonna recommend it. I enjoyed it for the most part. There's a few things that kind of fell flat, but overall, the acting is all really great. I thought it felt legit 1987 to me. You had mentioned the lighting, like they do a really good job of not getting lost in make it look like 1987.
Right.
And like the first one with the punk club had a much dirtier aesthetic to it. And like it was framed differently and, was made to look dirtier because of that's what,
that's how it is.
Punks fighting Nazis. Like that's dirty business.
Yeah. I got to give this I'm going to forget this, but I got to give it credit for doing hip hop and local punk stuff like in the same movie.
Yeah.
You don't get that kind of variety. Usually it's just like, this was my lane in high school. This is where I was Guns N' Roses. But no, I really like that.
They do a really good job in this of using the culture of the time. The underground punk scene was a thing. Hip hop was a burgeoning thing in San Francisco at the time.
But it's like a look across the whole like county and what's going on.
Yeah,
it's not
and
just
the fact
this
that then
is
you
my
had
world.
the Warriors in the playoffs too. So it was the type of thing, and then there was a lot of like organized crime in that area at that time. So like they're able to hit that. The first story is the punks and the Nazis. The second one is the hip hop one, which is the lightest of them because it really just the whole thing is them overcoming, the sexism of the scene or whatever, however you want to look at it. Where the next one is the guy avenging the murder of his family or whatever,
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought almost all the roles were played, as good as they could be. Yeah. I'm going to give it a straight B. I enjoyed it. It's something I would watch again in the future for sure.
I might. I wouldn't have thought that when I first watched it, like after the one day went by, but I might.
Yeah, I caught a lot of cool little cameos. We had mentioned Tom Hanks, of course, and Sleepy Floyd. Marshawn Lynch shows up. Marshawn Lynch, player that grew up in the area. So there's a lot of little things. Chris Mullins' voice is in it too, who played with the Warriors when Sleepy Floyd was there.
Oh, okay.
So there's all these little things to like make it real, using and I really do love using the real events of, the basketball game and bringing that character in and then giving you a superhero version of a guy that was a real version who was a superhero on that night.
Right.
Really cool. So yeah, B. B and I recommend it for sure. Okay, but now I believe Joe is at his final week of The Purge. If I'm not mistaken. So let's see where they go or where he went with this one.
Well, hello, Bill. Hello, Chris. And hello, OTC Nation. It's your boy Joe here, and this week Bill took me to a place I've been once, never want to go again. The great state of Texas. Great is in quotation marks. He made me watch The Forever Purge. Every one of these films, every single one has been a blunt metaphor for the issues of society, but mostly American society. Duh, right? But in doing this Blumhouse style, I feel has kind of backfired the message. By that, I mean the bulk of the audience that loved these movies probably roots for the bad guys.
Yeah.
Like, they think the teen girl squad in election year who got all gimmicked up and specifically went after the store owners, the store owner whose only affront was asking them not to shoplift from him, are more intriguing characters than the boring good guys because they don't have gimmicks. Part of me thinks it's because James DeMonaco is one of them. Like, his bad guys have character. They stand out. They have the better dialogue than the vanilla protagonists who are just some schmucks trying to survive the night and be good people.
Yeah, that's
but
not
the message of these films have still stayed true throughout. Fascism bad. The people who need to purge the most are just straight up bad people the other 364 days of the year as well. And living in a functioning society that takes care of everyone is hard. So the powers that be misdirect with the worst holiday ever invented since Sweetest Day. On one hand, I love that every one of these movies has pointed to the obvious solution of democratic socialism, and the 1%, the only people who would be slightly negatively affected, going out of their way to stop it.
By creating the purge.
Blumhouse and James DeMonaco are like Max Hardcore, treating the audience's intelligence like a young girl doing only like her second or third adult scene. And if that metaphor was a bit too rough, so was Max, and so is Blumhouse's writing in every one of their movies I've ever seen.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Quark. Say hi, everybody. I can tell you that this will not be my least favorite Purge film, no matter how bad it gets, because character actor Will Patton is here. He has a fairly good line that kind of sums up both like real reality and the misguided thinking of the people in these movies. Well, the antagonists, at least. Patton owns a big-ass ranch, and our main characters are husband and wife migrant workers. Patton's son, who was born on third base thinking he hit the triple, can't get a horse under control. Juan, though, is a cowboy-ass cowboy and settles the horse quickly, leading third base to do what assholes do. I got one-upped by this Mexican guy. Now I hate Mexicans. Sounds ridiculous, but we've all seen it in real life. Hell, I had a former friend a long time ago who turned hideously racist after getting mugged at an ATM by a couple of black guys. Bam, bam.
Just be mad at those two guys.
Fuck that guy. Anyway, Patton says to Juan while giving him a bonus that he taught his son to be a proud American, but he isn't sure that he taught them what that actually means. Maybe not the deepest thought. And, man, maybe it's not too late to do that, you fucking dummy.
I remember
but it
that
applies.
line.
You're basically saying that you taught your kid to blindly follow symbols and generalized ideas, but god dang it to heck, I forgot to teach him to be a good person while I was at it.
Crap. Tribalism, yes. Racism. Fuck.
I'm not a fan of country music in general.
Nope.
But they put Before the Next Teardrop Falls by Freddie Fender in this, and that song is great. I'm going to give the whole series that kudos. Whoever curated the soundtracks to the Purge movies, boy, they understood the assignment. So
you don't hear that a lot.
Here, the Purge isn't sanctioned to be a forever thing, but this group of neo-you-know-whats calling themselves the Purge Purification Force are trying to make that a thing. Did I mention that this takes place in Texas?
Yes.
Because, of course, this would happen in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
How's your power grid doing, Texas?
Not great.
Oh, right. Never mind. Third base, played actually pretty well by Josh Lucas. His prego wife and little sister team up with Juan and Adela, our married couple there. And I bet they thought this would be an ironic twist, are racing to the border to get into Mexico to escape the forever purge in the U.S.
Love it.
Seriously, I bet when they were writing this, they were like, oh man, have I got the whoa moment of the film, bro? The white people have to flee to Mexico to escape well, we can't call them neo-Nazis, bro. You
Just
can't say that
people.
word. What if they see it and are mean to us online? Setting social commentary aside for a moment, would you consider the Purge films horror? Bill? Chris?
Adjacent.
No, action.
It's the category they fall under on streaming services and website listings. And there are certainly horror elements to them, but in my opinion, they're predominantly action films.
Escape from New York style.
But that's a conversation you can have about a lot of categorizations. I don't know, just something that really stuck out to me is that, like, none of these have been really horror.
Maybe the first one, because it's a home invasion.
The bulk of the film, and really the bulk of all the Purge films, revolve around good people needing to go through the Purge.
Yeah.
Like actually physically through from one area to another.
Yeah.
In order to save another person or persons. It's actually a pretty fair analogy for how unsure and unsafe the world around us can seem at times while we're making our way through it. Even if they tell the story with all the grace and subtlety of a Gwar concert. And if you're like me and you've seen Gwar live, you know what I mean. While not a complete waste of time, and none of them were egregiously bad, I feel like in more capable hands, all 5 of the Purge movies could have been great. It's just too bad they all have that Bloom stink on them. Here's the thing, the good. The action scenes are very good. Very, very good. For the first time in a Purge film, we had 3-dimensional protagonists who I actually gave a fuck about.
No way.
Well, actually, you know what? Let me walk that back. 2 had that as well, but this one had it more. And I don't know, that's rare in the world of the Purge films.
True.
The bad. There's been a running bad throughout this entire series, and this movie was not spared, even though it could have been great. The dialogue, the story beats, and the message of the film is presented to me as if I'm an idiot by the exalted writer. Mr. James DeMonico is gracing me with his wit, and not God-given, but DeMonico-given gift for storytelling. Boy, I hope he listens to the show. You suck.
I hope he listens to the show,
The
too.
Forever Purge is going to get a C+. The Purge franchise is going to get a C-. I guess that leaves us with one order of business. Bill, what's next, my dude?
I don't remember. I thought I lined him up with something, but I don't remember. I'll have to look.
Something to be
OTC
announced.
Nation, you heard the man. I'll be back with that next week. Until then, be good, everyone.
Yeah. I always secretly hoped that the Purge series would end with the last film starting with...
Oh, Hatchet. He was going to do the Hatchet series.
Okay, there you go.
That's what happens.
I would have liked to have seen some kind of underground movement get together to oppose the Purge. And on Purge night, they find the new founding fathers and assassinate all of them. Bam. The Purge is gone. And then minorities and cities aren't threatened anymore, RoboCop 3 style.
Okay.
And 2 and 1.
Start writing it, dude. You can sell it.
I could. Oh, while I'm thinking of it too, Scott's review of Badlands, Predator Badlands, how he was glowing review. Yeah, he was fucking right.
I haven't seen it yet, so.
Yeah, no, I'm impressed. Oh, this is the one thing I had to say today. One thing pissed me off about Predators across the board, right? You get your first one, your jungle hunter, you get the city hunter, right? And their mouths are generally the same. 2 teeth on top, 4 little ones on the bottom, big prongs on the sides, right? And then we get the berserker one that looks like a burn victim with his skin pulled too tight. And then there's all different kinds of predators, right? And I'm like, look at the physical variation in their faces. That one has 4 teeth on the top and 6 on the bottom. And like, what are they? Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing with the one word cleared up all of it in an instant. You want to know what that word was?
What?
Dogs. Dogs can look like chihuahuas or they can look like your dog, but we know instinctively by looking at it that it's a dog.
Okay.
So Predator's physical appearance is sort of like a dog or a deer or a bear. Like they all have the same sort of shape, but they may have more teeth. They may be taller. They may be smaller, you know? And I'm like, that's it. That's the one thing I needed to hear for it to all make sense, because they do genetic stuff to themselves and try to make themselves better as a race. So yeah. All right. Good on you. Whoever said that.
All right.
But I just thought that was brilliant. And I wanted to share that because I know there's got to be people out there that look at Alien versus Predator and they're like, why the fuck that fucker have so many teeth? Can't wait to hear that come back.
All right. Well, let's see what comebacks we have.
Oh man, do I got a lot to talk about this week, so I hope you're comfortable.
You know what'd be really awesome? Maybe if I wasn't chained to a rock in the basement.
Quit whining. At least you got a rock. Let's do this.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. With Reverend Scott. I'm far too busy napping, eating candy, and tugging on myself.
I don't know what that's from.
Hey there, Bill and Chris. This is Reverend Scott.
Like classic definition, mad scientist.
And I'm heating up my Bunsen burner and lubing up my lightning rod for 3 movies this week.
Jesus.
Yep, you heard me right. 3 movies. So, I guess I better get started.
Come on, before we're all dead.
Being the father of a 7-year-old girl, I thought it my duty to show her the original Wizard of Oz, especially with it streaming in 4K on Peacock, the cock. And with the new Wicked film coming to theaters last weekend, I thought, why don't we stream the first Wicked and then go see Wicked for Good as a double feature in the theater to cap it all off? So before I get into all that, Bill, how about you go ahead and play a trailer for us?
Nope. Cool. That's a trailer for T-Mobile.
That's fine.
I'm sure you've both seen the trailer for that shit 638,000 times for these movies already, so we'll skip that shit. Anyway, Wicked and Wicked for Good. The Wicked play is 2 hours and 40 minutes, and that includes an intermission. I looked it up. So how long could this double feature possibly be? 5 fucking hours. Plus trailers. That's how long.
Jesus, okay.
And may I remind you, I'm subjecting a 7-year-old to this as well. And to her credit, She watched every minute of it without getting up. It took a lot of candy, slushies, and popcorn to achieve that, but we got the job done. But circling back to the runtime, 2 hours and 40 minutes and 2 hours and 17 minutes. Part 1 alone is longer than the actual full play. So when I say both films felt like they drug on too long, there's a good reason it felt like that. Now, don't get me wrong, they're well acted, they're entertaining, and they retcon things into The Wizard of Oz like they're trying to compete with the Saw franchise. And the songs, there's definitely a few bangers there, but they're just too damn long, man. I bet there's a solid 3-hour movie hiding inside this double feature.
True.
Or 290
The witch looked cool flying around, whatever her name was, Alfonso or something. But the continuity issues are worse between this and The Wizard of Oz than between Revenge of the Sith and New Hope. Like the final scene in The Wizard of Oz with the witch, I'd remember there being those soldiers all over, and there's not a single one in the scene in this. I don't know. Just fucking annoyed me. However, I guess I recommend them if you like musicals and witches and shit like that. So, I don't know. I give them a B. We really need to move on, though, because that was only 2 of the 3 movies I wanted to talk about today. Arguably the most important of the 3, because it was already teased on the show last week.
And I thought it was a remake. I thought it was an American remake of Sisu, but it's not. It's Sisu 2.
That's right. I saw Sisu, Road to Revenge. With Jorma Tamali, I don't know, whatever. He's returning as the Finnish immortal soldier. His other name's something with more vowels and consonants, so I'm not going to try that either. So we'll just call him Sisu.
I'm glad the original actor's back. I didn't want to see that changed. He was perfect.
And he's not alone, because this is fucking Sisu 2. So this time he has a big truck and a dog.
Fuck yeah.
And after the USSR took over Finnish land, and part of that land was Sisu's home, where his wife and sons were killed, so he's decided to cross the border back into the USSR to literally unbuild his log cabin home and take all the lumber back in his big-ass truck and rebuild his home on his own land. Because, lumber is really expensive.
Well, that's true. Can't argue that.
And of course, as you might have already guessed, this goes very smoothly. He has no problems along the way, and everyone lives happily ever after.
Good, he deserves okay. That. That's gotta be legit.
Fuck no. Immediately after crossing the border, resident scumbag Richard Brake enters the scene playing a KGB officer with the power to release Stephen Lang, aka Igor Dragunov, from jail to track down and eliminate, quote-unquote, his mess, aka Sisu. Oh, and did I mention that Igor is the one that killed Sisu's family, sending Sisu off in a rampage, killing over 300 men? Well, I know I didn't mention that. I just checked my script. Anyway, you may know Stephen Lang from Avatar or Don't Breathe, but as badass as Sisu is, he's not one to be fucked with either. So right off the bat, this movie is stepping up its game.
I mean, just give me the exact amount of things that you put in the other one and I'd be happy, but I know you're going to try to top it, so good.
By this point, Sisu has single-handedly torn down his entire home, labeled all the pieces, and loaded all the wood onto his massive 6-wheeler truck bed. And he's set off to get back home to his safe land. Igor quickly tracks down Sisu with a crew of his goons in trucks and motorcycles to reason with Sisu and discuss their options. Just kidding.
The first thing people do when they see him is shoot him, obviously.
What we're treated with is soldiers being ran over, blown up, shot, crushed, and just overall humiliated. Igor is left at the side of the road with the soldier with a blown up head and another soldier that ran into his windshield, and Sisu decides to just shoot out his Jeep's tire and leaves him there stranded and continues on his way. Sisu's totally unaware of the crime Igor has committed against him. Otherwise, who knows what the fuck he would have done. So Igor throws the book at Sisu. and his dog. Planes, machine guns, bombs. I mean, if you sent a plane with bombs after me, I'd just be like,
I got nothing for that. You got me.
But Sisu continues to prove he is every bit the killing machine everyone thinks he is. There's a scene involving a tank that's so fucking nuts it reminded me of that bomb scene from Transporter 2 where Jason Statham has a magnetic bomb on the underside of his Audi, so he drives up this corkscrew ramp doing a 360 in the air, dragging the bottom of his car up against a construction crane to scrape the bomb off with a crane hook. Seriously, this is like Crank 2 levels of testosterone-fueled crazy. This is like a grittier, more grounded 80s action hero film, complete with our hero getting glass in his bare feet and getting beat on and tortured, but still seemingly like he's totally in control. Sisu scoffs at torture.
If that's what you're doing, fine. I don't care, but, I mean, let's get it over with.
The final 15 minutes is so fucking unhinged, you just can't help but laugh and enjoy the insane sequence and all the fucking bloody mess that's left over of everyone that stands in his way. It's satisfying, yet it's a very touching ending as well. I'm doing my best not to spoil anything that's best left to witness for yourself, although the trailer unfortunately does most of that for me. So if you're interested in Sisu Road to Revenge and or you enjoyed the first one and are thinking about watching this, skip the trailers, man, and just watch this modern masterpiece of justified toxic masculinity that the whole family can enjoy. I mean, maybe you shouldn't show this to a toddler, but it's loud. They might like it, and when they grow up, they'll thank you for it.
I remember thoroughly enjoying it, despite not understanding most of it.
Needless to say, I highly recommend Sisu Road to Revenge. And as far as adrenaline-pumping, violence-filled, gory action movies go, I give it an A-. Well, that's it for my reviews this week. Can't really comment on Frankenstein per se. I started it when I was really tired and fell asleep and really don't remember half of it. And as a longtime Del Toro fan, that's less than ideal.
Not fun.
No, I don't like it.
So I'm going to get rested and try that one again, but I'll still give it an A. And the review gets an A as well.
Nice.
As far as House on Eden, definitely sounded like a movie. Not one I'll ever be watching, but a movie nonetheless. So I give it a straight D. I think you agreed with me on that generous assessment.
I think you're being too kind.
I am.
You're being too kind.
I will admit that. I am.
Yep.
The review gave it far more time than it deserved, and that gets a straight B. Okay, that's all I have time for this week. So until the next immortal Finnish killing machine rampages hundreds of Russian soldiers to save money on lumber at Home Depot, peace and love, guys. Outside the Cinema, now live on Twitch, on their webcams, completely uncensored.
We'll expose people to stuff, maybe?
Definitely. All right, there you have it. Another show in the books. Glad to be back after the week off. All right, so I think we got one more week of 2025 releases, and then we'll probably do the top 10 list the week between Christmas and New Year's. So make sure you check out Spectopia Arts at spectopiaarts.com. Make sure you go over to Hoopla and check out Don't Forget to Leave. You can follow Chris and I on Instagram at Cthulhu at OTC Bill. We do have a Facebook group. I don't know if anyone uses it. It's there. Just go on Facebook groups and search Outside the Cinema. You'll find it.
Yep.
That's
Thanks.
really, that's it.
And really, thank you for checking in on us. I really appreciate that. I know you do too, but
whatever.
I wanted to make sure I said it again.
No, we appreciate it, guys. Join the Patreon if you're interested. Patreon.com/Outside the Cinema. We'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Say goodbye, Chris.
Goodbye, Chris. Haha. Did it, stupid.
Petty jealousies, orgies, and lesbian games.